Don't speak it, cause I been running through it. I know this shit, I don't like how you move. And bitch, on my dick, she keep trying to do. I won't get last shit down, you don't got to do. I won't get last shit down, you don't got to do. That down to the ground, what the fuck is you doing? Block about swinging that P. Block about swinging that P, this shit loud as a nigga.
Now, before we start this tutorial, the first thing you're gonna need is a modded aura. So you're gonna need a modded aura, and the one I recommend the most is Lazybones new transformation 3.4.3. Now I will leave the link in that description below, but however, for me, I'm gonna use both of these aura mods right here. Don't ask me why. All I'm gonna say is I'm trying to make one too, but I'm gonna show y'all how it is. I mean, that's the purpose of this video. So we're gonna download Lazybones first. So we're in here. You guys can read this whatever you want, so we're just following the steps. So since I'm just installing another aura mod, I'm gonna choose none. You guys can choose whichever you want from these following right here. So I'm gonna choose none. We're gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with that too. We're also gonna stick with that. And then for me, now, since if you guys are only doing Lazybones, you guys can do with these two right here. But I don't really like the hair change or eye change, so I'm gonna stick with none. You're gonna see why later in the video. And then don't install tail transformations or animations, my bad. Because for some reason that should be fucking that shit up when you be downloading Lazybones aura. So it's gonna say same files and then a successful installation. And then just for ransom, I'm gonna download this other one too. So I'm gonna just download this one right here. Now I'm just go ready install. So as you guys can see, it's ready install right here, and then boom. So once you download your aura, the first thing we're gonna do is the skill creator. We're gonna open this up, the skill creator. Now you guys know we're doing Lazybones, so we're gonna choose a transformation from Lazybones. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose one that has no hair change. We're gonna do no hair change for this video. There are 2 parts to this tutorial. I mean, there's about like 3 to 4 other parts. For this one, we're only gonna do the one with no hair change. I'm explaining the reason why later. So we're gonna choose anything that says solo. Anything that says solo, we're gonna choose that one. We're not gonna choose the other ones because they have more than 1 preset. So we're only gonna choose a transformation that has 1 preset. So I'm gonna choose Super Saiyan Rose Solo. And I'm gonna be right back because I'm gonna edit all this shit.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, I'm back. So as you can see, I updated everything and all that shit. So we're done with the mod info. So because we're already choosing something here, because we already chose a transformation from the Lazybones mod pack, we don't need to do anything here. This would be for another part. So we can leave the files right here. Now custom. So this is the part where you're gonna need to change the file name. So I'm gonna just change it to HME, and then I'm only do it for Saiyan males. I'm only do it for Saiyan males because I only have a Saiyan male CAC on PC. IDB. Now this is where you can only focus on this part right here. So we're gonna do buy and TP where you buy the skill from the TP metal shot. So I'm gonna just do a ransom number, and don't worry about this up here because what happens is if you click on any of these, it's not gonna be available for that CAC gender that you pick. So if I choose Saiyan male, that means it's not going to be available for my Saiyan male, even though I chose it here. So I'm going to unclick that. PUP. These are the stats you're going to gain from the transformation. I'll just edit this real quick.
5 minutes later.
All right, I'm back. So now we just changed everything. And most of the stuff you guys can see, you guys can look before and before after, but most of these stuff that I changed is 0.5 because if I did 1, it will go over the stat. But you guys can just do whatever you want. You can put 50, 100, any number. You can guys go over the top. Remember, it's your transformation. You can do whatever you want to do. So we're done with PUP. Now transformation. So this is where you can do, we have the aura section and we have the patch section. So for aura section, now this is where we can choose our aura. Now, me personally, you can either do skill usage. This is where it's gonna show every single transformation that's in the game, whether it be modded or it's gonna be a vanilla game. So, but me personally, for the transformation that I'm gonna do, I want to do Turles' aura. Now, patcher section is the stance. It's the stance. So whatever stance or any action, it's the stance in the action that you're gonna get from the transformation that you select. For instance, if you choose Super Saiyan, what's gonna happen is, you guys know when you charge the triangle in Super Saiyan and you do that dashing, and then when you do moves, when you charge moves like Kamehameha or Gallic Gun or Evil Explosion or Gallic Beam Cannon in Super Saiyan, and you guys teleport straight to the enemy, that's what it's gonna do. But for me, for this form, I'm just gonna do Gohan, superhero Gohan's potential unleashed. And it's gonna ask you this. Now make sure you read close attention to this shit right here. And then force teleport is the exact same thing that I was talking about with the charge triangle and then the teleportation on charge moves like Kamehameha in Super Saiyan. I apologize if you guys can't see it. Down here is the hair color and the eye color. So for hair color, you guys can see there's multiple colors here. I'm gonna choose purple on both of these sets. And we can double check to see, you see how it's glowing, right? So it knows I selected purple. So we did that there, and then we did it here as well, clicking purple. Now we're pretty much done. We're pretty much done. Now this part right here, normally we would have done this part, but because we're choosing a Lazybones modded transformation that does not affect the hair at all, meaning you're only gonna have the your default base hair in that transformation, we're gonna worry about this part in a whole nother video. Like I said, 5 likes if you guys want a part 2. So we're pretty much done, and now we can save file, and now you can rename it to whatever you want. So I'm gonna put it Hakai Mode Zeta. Don't ask me why. So now it's done that, we can click out, we can put it in the Xv2 mod installer, and now we should be good. So I'm gonna meet you guys in the game, okay? So one more thing before we hop in the game, right? So you guys see where it says Haku White Anime God, right? So I'm gonna download it here. So you notice how it says this mod is already installed, you want to reinstall it. So my point that I'm trying to state is, just in case you guys feel like the mod you made could intertwine with the Lazybones mod that you used to make it, so we're gonna go to wherever you mod that you is. We're gonna go to wherever you took it from, and we're gonna click. So I'm gonna choose. I chose the rose. So we're gonna click rose. Notice how it doesn't say that. So just in case you guys feel like it can intertwine with the Lazybones mod that you use or any modded transformation that you use to make it, it doesn't. And you can tell because it doesn't say do you want to restore. It said do you want to install the following mod. So we're gonna click no. But just in case you guys feel insecure about that, don't worry about that. So you guys are fine on that. So now we can hop in the game.